Hey there, spiritual warrior. Yes, you. The one who's been fighting the good fight, seeking truth and working tirelessly to elevate your consciousness and that of those around you. I see you, and I have something important to share with you today. But first, let's talk about what it means to be a spiritual warrior. It's not about wielding swords or engaging in physical battles. No. Your battlefield is much more subtle, yet infinitely more powerful. You're battling against ignorance, fear, and the limitations of the ego. Your weapons are love, compassion, and wisdom. And let me tell you, that's no easy feat. Now, being a spiritual warrior means you're committed to your personal growth and the growth of humanity as a whole. You're not content with surface-level understandings or quick fixes. You dig deep, ask the hard questions, and aren't afraid to face your own shadows in the pursuit of truth and enlightenment. Sound familiar? If you're nodding your head right now, then this article is for you. Because today we're going to talk about a truth that's specifically for spiritual warriors like yourself. It's a truth that might challenge you, excite you, and maybe even scare you a little. But hey, that's what being a spiritual warrior is all about, right? Now, you might be wondering, why keep this truth just for me? Shouldn't we share all truths with everyone? That's a great question, and we'll definitely address it. But for now, let's just say that some truths are like seeds. They need the right soil, the right conditions, and the right caretaker to truly flourish. And you, dear spiritual warrior, are that caretaker. So, are you ready to dive in? Great. Let's embark on this journey together. But remember, this truth is for you. It's not something to be shouted from the rooftops or forced upon others. It's a truth to be contemplated, internalized, and lived. It's a truth that, when fully embraced, has the power to transform not just your life, but the very fabric of reality itself. Buckle up, spiritual warrior. We're about to go deep. The truth revealed. All right, spiritual warrior, here it is. The truth that's meant just for you. You are the creator of your reality. Now I know what you might be thinking. That's it? I've heard that before. But hold on. Because we're going to explore this truth in a way you might not have considered before. When we say you are the creator of your reality, we're not just talking about the power of positive thinking or the law of attraction. We're talking about something much more profound and all-encompassing. We're talking about the very nature of reality itself. You see, at the deepest level of existence, beyond the physical world we perceive with our senses, beyond even the realm of energy and vibration, there is consciousness, pure, infinite, boundless consciousness. And here's the kicker. That consciousness is you. Not just a part of you, not just connected to you, but you. The real you, the essential you. The you that exists beyond your body, beyond your mind, beyond even your individual soul. This truth challenges everything we think we know about the nature of reality and our place in it. It turns the traditional model of the universe on its head. Instead of being a tiny speck in a vast, indifferent cosmos, you are the very consciousness from which the entire cosmos springs. Now, I know this might sound like a pretty big claim, and you're right to be skeptical. After all, a good spiritual warrior doesn't just accept every idea that comes along, no matter how grandiose it sounds. So let's break this down a bit. First, let's consider the nature of reality as we experience it. We perceive a world of separate objects and beings, all existing in space and time. This chair, that tree, your body, my body, they all seem distinct and separate. But what does quantum physics tell us? That at the subatomic level, everything is energy and information. There are no solid objects, just vibrating fields of possibility. Go even deeper, and even the distinction between energy and matter breaks down. At the most fundamental level, physicists are finding that the universe behaves more like a thought than a thing. As the famous physicist Sir James Jeans put it, the universe begins to look more like a great thought than like a great machine. But a thought requires a thinker, doesn't it? And that thinker is you, not the you that you normally think of as yourself. Your body, your personality, your personal history. But the deeper you, the conscious awareness that is reading these words right now. This consciousness is not something you have, it's what you are. And it's not limited to your individual experience. It's the same consciousness that animates every living being, that gives rise to every thought, every emotion, every experience in the entire universe. From this perspective, the entire universe is like a vast dream, and you are the dreamer. Just as every character in your nighttime dreams is ultimately you, playing different roles, so too is every being in this waking dream ultimately you, the one consciousness, playing out countless roles and experiences. Now, I know this is a lot to take in. It challenges our most basic assumptions about reality and our place in it. It might even feel a bit overwhelming or scary. After all, if you're the creator of your reality, doesn't that mean you're responsible for everything, including all the suffering in the world? This is why this truth is just for you, the spiritual warrior. Because it takes spiritual strength and wisdom to truly understand and integrate this truth without misusing it or becoming overwhelmed by it. You see, this truth doesn't mean that your individual ego can control everything in your life or in the world. Your ego, your personal self, is just one of the characters in the dream. It has its role to play, but it's not the dreamer. The real you, the consciousness that is dreaming this entire reality, operates on a level far beyond the individual ego. It's not about controlling the dream, but about awakening within it, about recognizing your true nature as the dreamer, even as you continue to play your role in the dream. This is where your work as a spiritual warrior comes in. Your task is not to try to control everything with your mind, but to align your individual self with your true nature as the one consciousness, to become a clear channel through which the wisdom and love of your true self can flow into the world. This truth gives you incredible power, but it's not the kind of power that the ego craves. It's not about getting everything you want or making your life perfect. It's about recognizing that you already are everything, that perfection is your true nature, and that every experience, even the challenging ones, is an opportunity for the one consciousness, you, to know itself more fully. So, spiritual warrior, as you contemplate this truth, remember, with great power comes great responsibility. This understanding is not meant to inflate your ego or make you feel superior to others. On the contrary, it's meant to dissolve the illusion of separation and awaken you to your fundamental oneness with all that is. In the next sections, we'll explore how to live with this truth, how to navigate the challenges it presents, and how to use it as a tool for your continued growth and the betterment of the world. Are you ready to go deeper? Let's continue on this incredible journey. Living with the truth. All right, spiritual warrior. Now that we've revealed this profound truth, you might be wondering, how do I live with this knowledge? How does it apply to my daily life? Great questions. Let's dive in. First and foremost, it's important to understand that this truth doesn't negate your human experience. You're still here, in this body, in this life, with all its joys and challenges. The goal isn't to escape your human experience, but to live it fully, with a deeper understanding of your true nature. Here are some ways you can integrate this truth into your daily life. Practice mindful awareness. Start paying more attention to the present moment. Notice the thoughts, feelings, and sensations that arise, but also notice the awareness that's perceiving them. This awareness, which is constant and unchanging, is your true nature. The more you practice this, the more you'll naturally align with your role as the creator of your reality. Embrace all experiences. If you're the creator of your reality, then every experience is ultimately for your growth and understanding. This doesn't mean you have to like everything that happens, but you can approach each experience with curiosity and openness. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How is this helping me grow? Take responsibility. This truth calls you to take full responsibility for your life, not in a blamey, guilt-ridden way, but in an empowering way. If you're creating your reality, then you have the power to change it. This starts with changing your inner world, your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes. Practice compassion. As As you recognize that you are the one consciousness playing all roles, it becomes natural to feel compassion for all beings. After all, they are you in different disguises. This doesn't mean you have to like everyone's behavior, but you can cultivate understanding and compassion for their journey. Trust the process. Remember, the real you, the one consciousness, is infinitely wise and loving. Trust that everything is unfolding perfectly for the highest good of all, even when it doesn't look that way from your limited perspective. Stay humble. While this truth reveals your ultimate nature as the creator of reality, it's important to stay humble. Your individual ego is not the creator. It's a character in the creation. Stay open to learning, growing, and being surprised by the mystery of life. Align with your highest self. Use this understanding as motivation to align more fully with your highest self. Make choices that reflect the wisdom, love, and creativity of the one consciousness. Ask yourself, what would love do in this situation? Practice non-attachment. If all of reality is like a dream, then you can enjoy it fully while also holding it lightly. Practice non-attachment to outcomes, knowing that your true self is already complete and whole, regardless of what happens in the dream. Cultivate silence. Make time for silence and stillness in your life. It's in these quiet moments that you can most easily sense your true nature beyond thoughts and form. Live with wonder. Approach life with a sense of wonder and play. If you're the creator of reality, then life is your grand creation, your magnificent work of art. Enjoy it. Remember, spiritual warrior, integrating this truth is a process. It's not about getting it perfect or having some permanent enlightenment experience. It's about gradually aligning more and more with your true nature, while fully embracing your human journey. In the next section, we'll explore some of the challenges you might face as you work with this truth and how to navigate them. Stay tuned. Navigating the challenges. All right, spiritual warrior, let's get real for a moment. While the truth we've discussed is beautiful and empowering, it can also present some significant challenges. Let's address these head on, shall we? The responsibility factor. One of the biggest challenges you might face is feeling overwhelmed by the responsibility. If you're creating your reality, does that mean everything that happens is your fault? Here's the thing, responsibility is not the same as blame. You're not responsible in the sense that your ego consciously chose everything that happens. Remember, you're the dreamer, not the dream character. The creation happens on a much deeper level than your conscious mind. Instead, think of responsibility as responsibility, your ability to respond to what arises. You may not control everything that happens, but you always have a choice in how you respond. The ego trap. Another potential pitfall is the ego co-opting this truth for its own purposes. Your ego might hear, "I am the creator of reality," and think, "Great, I can have whatever I want." This is a misunderstanding of the truth. The you that is the creator is not your ego, but the deeper consciousness that is beyond ego. The purpose of this understanding is not to get everything your ego wants, but to transcend the limitations of the ego. Spiritual bypassing. There's a risk of using this truth to avoid dealing with real-world issues or emotions. It's all just a dream anyway, so why bother? This is a form of spiritual bypassing, and it's not helpful. Remember, even if it's a dream that you're fully engaged in. Your task is not to escape the dream, but to become lucid within it, to engage fully while maintaining awareness of your true nature. Isolation. As you start to see reality differently, you might feel isolated from others who don't share this understanding. You might find it hard to relate to people or to explain your experiences. Remember, everyone is on their own journey. Your job is not to convince others or to feel superior, but to embody this truth in a way that naturally uplifts those around you. Doubt and disbelief. There will likely be times when you doubt this truth. When life gets tough, it can be hard to believe that you're the creator of your reality. This is normal and even healthy. Doubt can lead to deeper understanding if you use it as a tool for inquiry rather than letting it discourage you. Balancing human and divine. One of the biggest challenges is learning to balance your human experience with your understanding of your divine nature. How do you live as both the dreamer and the dream character? This is the art of spiritual living. It's about being fully engaged in your human life while maintaining awareness of your deeper nature. It's a dance between the absolute and the relative, the eternal and the temporal. The mystery factor. Even with this profound understanding, much of life remains a mystery. Why this particular dream? Why these specific experiences? Learning to be comfortable with mystery is part of the spiritual warrior's path. It's okay not to have all the answers. In fact, maintaining a sense of awe and wonder at the mystery of existence can be a powerful spiritual practice. Integrating the shadow. As you embrace your role as the creator of reality, you'll likely face aspects of yourself that you've previously denied or rejected, your shadow side. This is a crucial part of the journey. Integrating your shadow doesn't mean acting out negative impulses, but acknowledging and accepting all aspects of yourself with compassion. Maintaining practicality. With all this talk of creating reality, it's important not to lose touch with the practical aspects of life. You still need to pay your bills, take care of your health, and fulfill your responsibilities. The key is to bring your spiritual understanding into your practical life, rather than using it as an escape from practical concerns. The ongoing nature of the journey. Perhaps the biggest challenge is recognizing that this is an ongoing journey. There's no final destination where you'll have it all figured out. The deepening of understanding and the alignment with your true nature is a lifelong process. This can be frustrating for the ego, which wants quick results and permanent solutions. But for the spiritual warrior, this ongoing journey is the joy and the point of it all. Remember, spiritual warrior, these challenges are not obstacles to your path. They are your path. Each challenge is an opportunity to deepen your understanding, to align more fully with your true nature, and to embody this truth more completely. In our final section, we'll talk about how to use this truth as a tool for growth and positive change in the world. Ready for the home stretch? Let's go. Using the truth for growth and change. All right, spiritual warrior, we've come to the final stretch of our journey. We've explored the profound truth of your nature as the creator of reality. We've discussed how to live with this truth, and we've faced the challenges it presents. Now let's talk about how you can use this understanding as a powerful tool for personal growth and positive change in the world. Personal transformation. The most immediate application of this truth is in your own life. As you start to recognize yourself as the creator of your reality, you naturally take more responsibility for your experiences. This doesn't mean blaming yourself when things go wrong, but rather seeing every experience as an opportunity for growth and learning. Start paying attention to the patterns in your life. What experiences keep repeating? What lessons seem to keep coming up? These are clues about what your deeper self is trying to learn or understand. Use your creative power consciously. Set intentions not just for what you want to have or achieve, but for who you want to be. Remember, you're not just creating external circumstances, you're creating yourself. Healing and integration. This understanding can be a powerful tool for healing. If you're the creator of your reality, then every part of your experience, including your wounds, traumas, and challenges, is ultimately a part of you. Instead of fighting against difficult emotions or experiences, you can approach them with curiosity and compassion. What is this part of you trying to express or understand? How can you integrate it into your wholeness? This doesn't mean bypassing the very real pain of traumatic experiences. It means approaching your healing journey from a place of empowerment rather than victimhood. Relationships. In relationships, this truth invites you to take full responsibility for your experiences. Instead of blaming others for how you feel, you can ask yourself, how am I creating this this experience? What can I learn from it? This approach doesn't mean accepting mistreatment or staying in unhealthy situations. Instead, it shifts the focus from external blame to internal growth. By recognizing your role as the creator of your experiences, you can approach relationships with greater compassion, understanding, and clarity. When conflicts arise, you can ask yourself what the deeper lesson might be, allowing for more authentic and harmonious connections. Impacting the world. As a spiritual warrior, you are not just here for your own growth, but to uplift the world around you. With the understanding that you are the creator of reality, you can use your power to bring about positive change. This doesn't mean trying to control or fix everything, but rather aligning with your highest self and acting from a place of love and wisdom. Whether through small acts of kindness or larger social efforts, you can become a channel for positive transformation. By embodying this truth, you inspire others to awaken to their own creative power. Navigating difficult times. Life will inevitably bring challenges, but with this truth as your foundation, you can face them with greater resilience. Instead of feeling powerless or victimized, you can remind yourself of your true nature. Even in the darkest moments, you are the creator, and within every difficulty lies the seed of growth. Trusting in the process, you can move through hardship with grace, knowing that every experience is an opportunity for deeper understanding and transformation. Awakening others. While this truth is primarily for you, your presence can naturally inspire others on their spiritual journey. By living with authenticity, compassion, and wisdom, you become a beacon of light for those around you. There's no need to preach or convince others. Simply by embodying this understanding, you uplift the collective consciousness. In the end, your journey as a spiritual warrior is a continuous process of awakening, growth, and service to the greater good. Remember, you are not alone. The entire universe is conspiring with you, for you are the consciousness behind it all. Stay humble, stay curious, and continue to explore the depths of your true nature.